Hello, welcome to this update on the fires burning in Russia, which aren't getting very much press coverage, and it really is a shame. Thanks to one of my viewers for giving me this site called Zoomer Earth, which is another site we can look at to show you these fires that have been burning, and we're going to just progress along here at these fires here that have been burning in Russia, and it's just getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. There's no sign that these fires are getting put out at all. Let me move this over here. We can zoom this out a little bit. You can see these fires continuing. This is the 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. I'll show you we don't have data for the 28th. Yeah, we don't have data for the 28th. We're blank on that. So here's the 27th. And you could see, I'm surprised we should have for the 28th. It's showing it to be clear. Oh, that's the infrared, that's why. Anyway, this is what the latest visible, and you can see the smoke continues to be a huge issue in Russia. And I want to read this article to you from the BBC News. A very good article. You can read in the link below here. Wildfires are raging in the Arctic, with areas of northern Siberia, northern Scandinavia, Alaska, and Greenland engulfed in flames. It says lightning frequently triggers fires in the region, but this year they have been so much worsened. They have been worsened by summer temperatures that are higher than average because of climate change. Plumes of smoke can be seen from space, and they said this is unprecedented. So how bad is it? Here is a nice little diagram. Fires and thermal anomalies. So if we look at this diagram here, you will see a lot of these red dots are fires. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. You can see a lot of them in Russia. There's some going in Scandinavia. Even in Greenland there have been a few. In Canada, Alaska. This was from July, the 25th of July. And the smoke is affecting wider surrounding areas, engulfing some places completely. Cities in eastern Russia have noted a significant decrease in air quality since the fires started. So here's what it looks like. 1.5 million hectares of Siberian forests are burning. Smog has reached the villages and cities. Catastrophe has already happened. What should happen for the government to take action? And Russia is not putting these fires out. They're letting them burn. All right, this says that page doesn't exist. Oh, Twitter just messed up my computer. All right, let's get this article back here. I think that Twitter took the post down on purpose because they don't want people to know what's going on. Like I said, the media has not been covering this at all very much. The smoke has, and I'm glad the BBC has been talking about this, but most of the media is not talking about this. The smoke has reportedly reached Russia's Tyumen region in western Siberia, 6 time zones away from the fires on the east coast. So in June, here's something to think about. In June, the fires released an estimated 50 megatons of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of Sweden's annual carbon output. So this is actually going to make climate change even worse. Why is Russia not doing a damn thing to get these fires out? I don't know. At this point, yes, Arctic fires are common between May and October, and wildfires are a natural part of the ecosystem. But it's the intensity of these fires, as well as the large area they have taken up, make these unusual. And there's no attempt to even contain these fires. There's nothing. They're just letting them burn completely out of control. So it is unusual to see fires of this scale and duration at such high latitudes in June. But temperatures in the Arctic have been increasing at a much faster rate than the global average, and warmer conditions encourage fires to grow and persist once they have been ignited. Extremely dry ground and hotter than average temperatures combined with heat lightning and strong winds have caused the fires to spread aggressively. The burning has been sustained by the forest ground, which consists of exposed, thawed, and dried peat, a substance with a high carbon content. Global satellites are tracking a swath of new and ongoing wildfires within the Arctic Circle. The conditions were laid in June, the hottest June for the planet yet observed in the instrumented area. The fires are releasing copious volumes of previously stored carbon dioxide and methane, carbon stocks that have been in some cases held in the ground for thousands of years. Scientists say what we're seeing is evidence of the kind of feedbacks we should expect in a warmer world, where increased concentrations of greenhouse gases drive more warming, which then begets the conditions that release yet more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. A lot of the particulate matter from these fires will eventually come to settle on ice surfaces further north, darkening them and thus accelerating melting. It is all part of the process of amplification. What is being done to tackle the fires? Russian authorities are not tackling the majority of the fires, as they argue the cost would be bigger than the damage caused by the flames, which is BS. You know, Putin is just like Trump. That's why they get along so well. They don't care about the environment. They do not threaten any settlements or the economy, the press service of the Krasnoyarsk region of forestry industry told a Siberian news website. The hashtags "Put Out the Siberian Fires" and "Save the Siberian Forest" are currently trending on Twitter as Russians complain the government is not doing enough to tackle the crisis. Well, Russians need to vote that Putin out. All right? Just like we need to vote our Trump out. Some argue that the Notre Dame fire in Paris received far more media attention than the forest fires. Remember how far the news about the Notre Dame fire spread? Now is the time to do the same about the Siberian forest fires, said one tweet. Another said, let's not forget that nature is no less important than history. Numerous animals have lost their homes, and many of them are probably dead. Just thinking about this is painful. Alaska centers agree that fire suppression efforts sometimes are more damaging than the wildfire. True, but this is out of control. The smoke from these fires is just out of control, and we're going to look at it here on this site here, MODIS satellite, MODIS site, and see if we can get. Yeah, here we go. So here it is. We looked at it during the weather update, and you can see just how much smoke there is. We also have Zoom Earth, but I want to use this site. I kind of like this site a little better. It's a little easier to navigate, but you can see the smoke from these fires, and it's sickening, man. It's sickening. I'm actually shaking a little bit. I'm having an anxiety attack because I'm just kind of, all right, well, that's why I got to just wrap up this video, because it's affecting me a little bit, because I'm seeing this planet just die. We're in this emergency here, and everybody is just ignoring. See, the smoke is traveling. Everybody's just ignoring it. Yeah, the Notre Dame fire. Everybody talked about this. Is so much worse than that. So much worse. And this is what climate change is doing to two things right now. And if we look at Ventusky and we look at Russia right now, actually we'll look at Earth Null School. I'll use this one instead. We'll look at Earth Null School here and show you the temperatures. Let's see what the temperatures are here in Russia. Show you how hot it is where these fires are burning. And you can see there's a lot of heat in Russia. We have temperatures 31.7 Celsius. Where I clicked on the map there, 31.7 Celsius. You know, that's very hot. So if we change this to Fahrenheit, you'll see it's 89. For Russia, for these areas in Russia, it's not supposed to be this hot. No, it's not supposed to be this hot. And it's 84. I mean, just very dry, very hot. These are the conditions that cause these fires to just spread out of control. People can't breathe. I mean, we can't breathe. Isn't that a serious problem? I think it's a very serious problem. And then you have the ice thing too. That's the ice that's melting. Well, before I even look at that, let's show you the emissions from these things. So we're going to look at carbon monoxide, and you can see all the carbon monoxide emissions from these fires. These are poisonous gases. What is going to come to the fact that everybody's going to have to walk around? Here's the carbon dioxide. I think it's the dark here. That's all the carbon dioxide here. These gases, the particles that are being created here. Look at this. Look at all these particles that are being created and put into the air. All these soot particles. It's not good for us to breathe this stuff in. So, if I'm a little shaken up, we should be shaken up. We should be shaken to the core to do something about this. So now we'll look at the ice, latest on the ice thing. So sort of just because we're already talking about the climate, because the sea, we're very close to losing our sea ice at this point, and that really is scary. So You can see, again, this is the graph. We are below 2012. We're going to go below 2012. And it's just darkening. We're going to lose a lot of this ice. A lot of this ice is going to be gone. And this is what I mean. And people just driving around in their gas-guzzling trucks and SUVs. And somehow I'm the bad guy for wanting to take all the SUVs and all the combustion engines away, because it's already too late almost. It's already too late. So I guess people figure might as well just drive around in the SUVs while the earth burns and live it up, because we're going to all be extinct in 20 years. Keep this kind of stuff up. It's ridiculous. So that wraps up the article here. Again, that BBC article I read for you. Click the link below, and it's really scary what's happening to our world, and we should be alarmed. We should be shaken up enough to say we're going to stop driving combustion engines right now. We're going to stop doing it, but people just don't get it because the press doesn't want to talk about it. People are brainwashed to keep consuming fossil fuels and not do anything about it. We may need one of my viewers commented, we may need HARP to change the weather. Yeah, we're going to have to actually fix this somehow. We've got to fix this. The first thing we need to do is stop burning fossil fuels. So right now, there's nothing proposed that's radical is what we need to do to stop this climate change. There's nothing that's been proposed that's radical enough. We need to, in 5 years, we need to phase out combustion engines completely. All right, and immediately within the next couple of months, we need to be getting the SUVs and trucks and all the big gas guzzlers off the road. But I know people are just going to say nasty comments saying how crazy I am. When the ice goes away and things start really spiraling out of control, we haven't seen anything yet. It's going to get so much worse. It's going to get so much worse. And then you'll be eating your words. All these people that hate on my ideas to get rid of these SUVs. You'll all be eating your words. That's it for this video.